Oh yeah, you're watching The Dusty Show. Let's fucking do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me on this Wednesday show and watching me before I get motherfucking fired. And all the Jesus freaks say, woo! Are you ready? Are you motherfucking alive? Get up out of your chairs, motherfuckers, and let's do this shit. Universe, welcome to the greatest show ever created in the history of all of mankind. It's the Hump Day Dusty Show. Woo! Fuck yeah! Do you feel it in your bones? I'm trying to get you guys all excited so you can enjoy me while you can, because if they're firing Jimmy Kimmel, I ain't gonna last a week, y'all. So get it while the getting's good, everybody. It was a good fucking run. I've been doing this show for 16 fucking years. Well, this show for 8, but I've had my channel for 16 years. I was hoping to retire at 20 years. Not looking good for me, but whatever. How the fuck everybody doing out there? What'd you guys do? Yesterday, I didn't do shit. Had me a few fucking beers. Wasn't even nothing on. Let's see what was on. Let's look at my thing where I legally download television shows from. See if fucking anything was on. No, don't download a new one, motherfucker. Just open up. All right, it ain't gonna fucking behave. Whatever universe. Oh, okay. Alien Earth, I didn't get to watch it yet. I think I started it and fell asleep, so I didn't watch it. Name That Tune. You guys like naming that tune? That came back. I watched that. I tried to watch the movie Splitsville. It sucked shit. And that was it. That was all that was going on. So I'm lame. I'm a loser. Might as well kick out the fucking show. Cough, cough. As usual, super chats are open. You guys know what super chats are. Boom! First off, this QR code above my head. Aim your camera phone at it, and then it'll pop up a link. Goes to my PayPal. It says Tales of Woke. That's me, baby. I'm the Tell of the Woke. This is a woke. Warning story for you guys. This is what'll happen to you. You end up like me, broke and woke. Anyway, click the button, donate PayPal, and also over here behind me there is a dollar sign. You'll figure it out. Super chat, you got it. You guys are smart. All right, let's go ahead and kick the show while folks get it going. More Charlie Kirk shit this week. As usual, Killer's text messages were released. Now, last I was hanging out with you guys, I was like, Groypers! It was definitely a Groyper. It was definitely Nick Fuentes. And he has this cult of insane incels, but they also love their trans porn. They also love their trans porn. And their leader, Nicky Boy, went out on a date with the cat boy. So it all tracks, okay? It all tracks. And I put out some videos making my case for it. Well, now, apparently, according to the FBI, they released the chat transcripts between the alleged killer and his trans boyfriends. And wow, okay, let's read over them. I have some comments about it. People right away are saying this sounds and seems incredibly fucking fake. Basically unprompted, this kid just admitting to the whole fucking thing, filling in all the holes in the prosecution's cases ahead of time for them. A lot of people call him bullshit, so let me just go ahead and start with it. Robinson, that's the alleged killer. He's like, I'm still okay, my love, my super gay trans love. I am fine. Who talks like this? What 22-year-old talks like this? My love, my dearest love. It's like a Civil War letter back to your loved one. My dearest love, we are sitting in the cow pies for 3 days now, waiting for the Yankees to come over the hill. I have not eaten in 20 minutes. I am afeard that I might die. You know, that's what it seems like to me. Oh, no. I am still okay, my love, but I am stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home. Yeah, not like I killed anybody. But I gotta grab my rifle still. Why you got your rifle on you? That seems fucky. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. Yeah, you're just gonna slip in, murder Charlie Kirk in front of the whole fucking world and slip out. No one's gonna catch you, dude. All right, if this is real, and you know what I mean, I'm not conspiratorial anyway, y'all. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. But if this is fucking real, this dude's the most naive motherfucker ever. I mean, yeah, he is a Utah raised MAGA, so maybe. But to think you're going to get away with this. And then if you were hoping to keep it a secret till you died of old age, Why send all these messages incriminating yourself right now before you're even fucking caught? It don't make no sense. I am sorry to involve you. And then the trans gay lover roommate. You weren't the one who did it, right? Question mark, question mark, question mark. I'm sorry. I am, my love, my dearest love. I did it. I'm sorry. And the roommate was like, I thought they caught the person. No, they grabbed some old dude. So he's basically making an alibi. He's clearing the old guy that acted as the decoy, which is very, very convenient. Then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. See, he's just volunteering all this information. Your roommate didn't ask you any of this shit. Just, hey, you didn't do it. Yeah, I did it, and here's how I did it, and here's why I did it, and here's my whole fucking plan laid out. This is like bad fiction. Like when you're writing stories, one of the main things they teach you is to show and not tell. You don't want to have the characters just explaining everything that's going on because it seems very unnatural. That's why you need to have scenes that lay out where you can describe what is happening instead of just having them just fucking say it because that seems, it doesn't seem real. And then they're like, why? Why did you do it? Why did I do it? Yeah, obviously why you do it, motherfucker. I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. All right, so that's the answer to that question. And then, once again, more exposition, completely unprompted, of the whole reason he's guilty. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again, hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. Who talks like this? Didn't ask you anything about your rifle. Why you giving up the whole fucking case? None of this makes no sense, y'all. How long have you been planning this? Question mark. A bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it. No, what the fuck? So ask how long you planned it. One real quick quip about how long, and the rest of it is exposition about the crime. Completely unprompted once again. A bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car. Yeah, everybody says squad car. They don't say cop car. They don't say there's coppers over there, some motherfucking pigs over there, fucking ACAB. No, there is a squad car parked right next to it, my love. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. This seems unbelievable, doesn't it, to me? And I don't know. It just seems weird. And then again, once again, unprompted exposition about the crime. I am wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I am worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. Literally, this is bad fiction. I don't know if it had a serial number, but it wouldn't be traced back to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it in the bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find my prints. How the fuck will I explain losing it to my old man? That's how you talk about your dad. My old man is like fiction from the 50s. It's like some old fucking boomer wrote this shit, right? And if this is real, this psycho seems more worried about losing his grandpa's rifle than he does about gorking a guy in broad daylight. So that's weird too. And then once again, more exposition. Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Why would you say that? If they find the rifle in the towel, you're basically admitting everything. It just don't make no sense. Remember how I was engraving bullets? Why would you say that? Why would you send a message talking about how guilty you are? The fucking messages are mostly a big meme. If I see notice bulge UWU on Fox News, I might have a stroke. All right, I'm gonna have to leave it. That really fucking sucks. I don't know, folks. Once again, not conspiratorial, but this stinks like fucking shit. Every bit of it. What the fuck? Anyway, some people think that this might be a ruse, that they did this on purpose to try to clear the roommate, because the trans roommate obviously is very, very evil because they're trans. That goes without saying. And so a lot of right-wingers are thinking they sent this so he could pretend like the trans roommate didn't know anything. Can be what? Because apparently this is the plot of Breaking Bad. So I don't believe that either, but that's what the rightoids are saying to explain how fake all this bullshit sounds. Don't know. And then to make it even weirder, here's a list of reasons people have that they don't really believe this letter is real. First off, he makes his confession. He confirms locations of weapons, confirms the type of weapon, confirms it was wrapped in a towel, confirms its motive, exonerates the decoy, George Zinn, admits to the bullet engravings, confirms the wardrobe change, confirms how long he's been planning it, discloses the existence and locations and of now destroyed pre-written confession note. Just all of it pretty fucky to me. But then to make things even goddamn weirder, now the governor of Utah saying, hey, I know this is going to sound like bullshit. Everybody's like, why is the person who is on the roof wearing different clothes than the person who was apprehended, the person we released their pictures of for people's help to find this person? Why are they wearing different clothes? And you're going to laugh. But while they're on the roof, they change clothes, as you do when you're sitting on the roof with a rifle and don't want anybody to see you. You change clothes up there naturally.
Yes. So when he's first spotted on campus, he has different clothing on, and then he changes clothing on the roof, and then changed back into that clothing at some point, so that when he was apprehended, when he was arrested, the clothing matched the clothing he had on before the shooting.
Makes total sense to me. Nothing to see here, guys. Guilty. Straight to execution. Oh no, y'all. I don't know about that. And people were like, hey, but he had a trans boyfriend or girlfriend. That means he couldn't have been a conservative. But yeah, we all know conservative states consume much, much more transgender pornography than liberal states. And in fact, if you go to 4chan, don't believe me, just go there right now. Go to 4chan.com and check for no reason you need to worry about. I have the link always readily available right here on my desktop. So don't worry about it. Hopefully no porn will show up. But if you click on the adult GIF over here, that's where all their porn is on 4chan. Go check it out for yourself. So much trans porn. They love the trans porn. No one has ever loved the trans porn more than the groypers and the 4chan toxic troll incels, right? So it all tracks to me, baby. Now, I don't know. Now, that letter, if that letter is correct, y'all, if those text files are correct, it doesn't seem like he might be a groyper. Doesn't seem like he might be. If that's true, it seems like he would have said something more in lines of Nick Fuentes ideology instead of, oh, I had to kill him because of hatred or whatever. So I don't know. Maybe he's not. Maybe I was wrong. I guess we'll find out more in the days to come. And lost in all this, though, is what a giant sack of shit Charlie Kirk was, y'all. We shouldn't forget who they're celebrating. This was not a good person. Now, should he have been gorked in broad daylight? No, he shouldn't have been, in my opinion. Now, is the world a better place that he's dead? Maybe not, but only because of how he was killed. If he would have just died like a car accident, yes, the world would be a better place. But because he died in a very public execution, they're going to use his death to crack down on the left, to crack down on our free speech, to usher in fascism, and that's not good. So I'm not happy that he was gorked in broad daylight at all, but still doesn't mean he was a good fucking dude. He was the worst among us. Case in point, here he is laughing and making jokes about all the innocent people that were murdered in Palestine, the ethnic cleansing, the 40,000 child murders.
So, it's funny. I used to say
it's so funny
that, hey, if you as a gay person would go to Gaza, they'd throw you off of tall buildings, right? Now they don't have any tall buildings left, so I don't.
Yeah, because they killed them all, So you can't even throw the gays out. So look. Saying shit like this when we're all on our social media, we're all seeing the kids with their heads blown off. We're all seeing the parents crying, they're screaming, begging for help as they're holding the lifeless bodies of their dead children. We see the children crying over the bodies of their dead parents. We see the first responders getting fucking bombed as they go in and try to rescue kids under the fucking rubble. And you have people publicly laughing about it, making jokes about it. Crazy people might want to shoot you in the throat when you do shit like this, okay? Now, I'm not saying that should happen. I'm just saying it's an easily predictable outcome if you go in public and do shit like this. It's almost like he wanted to get gorked, yo. I don't know. I'm just saying, you fucked around and found out, Top Gum.
When you mess with the bull, you get the horn.
When you mess
Is
with
that too soon? I'm sorry.
Is that too soon?
Stupid Muslims.
Stupid Muslims. They deserve to die. They should deserve to die. Stupid Muslims. It's too soon. Hey, you fuck with the bull, you get the horns. Hey, yeah, all you children that had nothing to do with, all you children who were just born, right? You got the fucking horns, didn't you? Yeah, you got gorked, motherfucker. You dead as shit. 31 years old, motherfucker. You a baby. You died as a fucking baby. You got barely any time on this fucking earth. You goddamn loser. And yeah, if you're gonna laugh about their death, I'm gonna laugh like a motherfucker about your death. Too soon? Too soon? Stupid Christian. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck all y'all. I don't give a fuck. Cancel me. Fucking fire my ass. What the fuck ever. I'll retire. Shit no more. Fuck everything, y'all. Anyway. So no, not a good person, basically. Not a good person. But it ain't stopping them from fucking celebrating him. They try to make them, over in Oklahoma, all the kids force them to have a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. And they ain't even trying to hide it. They ain't even fucking trying to hide why they're doing it, because he's a conservative. They're trying to force politics on the students. Ryan Walters, remember the guy that got caught with porn on his school TV? The Republican superintendent of schools in Oklahoma instructed schools across the state to observe a moment of silence for Charlie Kirk on Tuesday in a letter to the schools. Yeah, the letter was basically, he was such a good Christian conservative man. Just telling the students, that's who you have to worship. That's who you have to give reverence to, Christians and conservatives. Mr. Waters praised Mr. Kirk for promoting American exceptionalism, Christianity's role in society, and our country's history, and as well as conservative values. So yes, directly telling the children, you must worship conservatives, pushing our religion upon you. But they're really worried about brainwashing the kids, aren't they? Indoctrination. And then Levitt, our White House correspondent, y'all, wants you guys to know that there was a recent earthquake. And you know why that earthquake happened? Because God was mad about Charlie Kirk. She reposted this from Auntie Kitty. On the night Charles was shot, a 4.1 earthquake struck Utah. In Scripture, 40 represents trials, 41 signifies a shift. It hit at 5:57 local time, 7:57 Eastern. Acts 7:57 describes Stephen, the first martyr, stoned as the crowd silenced his truth. The Bible says the earth trembles when God is angry. That night, as a voice was silenced, the ground groaned. These are people that rule us, folks. These are our spokespeople, goddamn literal fucking moonbats. And I'm just saying, if God is all powerful, couldn't he have just stopped Charlie Kirk from getting killed? In fact, haven't you guys been repeatedly telling us that God saved Donald Trump from that bullet that was about to hit him? It was God's will that bullet missed him. So if it's God's will, the bullet missed Trump, then by logical extension, does that mean, yeah, it was God that gorked Charlie Kirk, right? Right in the fucking throat, fucking God. Why he mad? He the one that did it. I'm just saying. Why he letting something happen and then getting mad about it? What a whiny fucking bitch, yo. If I let something happen, I get mad about it. That's on fucking me. I should have goddamn stopped it while I had the chance. God's such a goddamn whiny snowflake. And of course, cringe. So much cringe overload all day long, cringe, man. Let me share some of the worst cringe I've seen on the internet revolving the Charlie Kirk bullshit. Now, first off, one of the big new things they're doing is they're going to Starbucks, the maggots, and they're like, hey, my name's Charlie Kirk. You got to write it on the fucking coffee. You got to write it on the side of the coffee, dude. It's the fucking law. My name is fucking Charlie Kirk. Write it on the coffee. And then, out of all the things that have never happened, this never happened the most, though. They can't even lie correctly. A patron went to Starbucks this morning and ordered a Charlie Kirk's favorite drink, Mint Majesty with honey. When the cup came back, it was marked with the word loser across it. Yeah, that never fucking happened, literally. You told them to write the word loser on it, and they wrote loser with a smiley face because you told them to. So fucking stupid. But they're all doing it because fuck Starbucks workers, I guess, you know. Fuck the baristas at Starbucks. Fuck the employees at Starbucks for no reason. They did nothing. But let's harass them and make their life a living hell just because that's what Charlie would have wanted. And such a tough guy. Now, I know this is probably rage bait, okay? But even if it's supposed to be rage bait, they deleted it. No, I want wanted this one. Fuck, goddamn it, Reddit. I hate Reddit. You sack of fucking shit. I cannot fucking stand Reddit. I hate everything about this fucking site. Fucking memory hole and shit in goddamn real fucking time. It was in TikTok cringe. That was the most TikTok cringe thing that could ever fucking be. Oh my, hate. Whatever. We're gonna move on. Basically, it was that guy that was on The Bachelor who dated a trans woman, and then he pretended to be trans for a little while, and then he goes into Starbucks with his shirt off, and he gets him to write Charlie Kirk's name on the fucking coffee cup, and then he walks out like he's all big. It's so fucking cringe, y'all. But almost as cringe as this. Here's another Charlie Kirk fan put this video out as a warning to all of us. What awaits us. Folks, we're gonna die. Wayback Machine doesn't work for that kind of stuff. Take snapshots, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna go through here and save every fucking snapshot. You know how long this show takes already to put together? You know how long that would take? And you know how messy it would be to try to dig through my folders in order of everything to put it together when I'm ready? It would take literally quadruple the time to do the show. So, no thanks. I got this, y'all. I know how to do the show better than you guys do, believe me. I appreciate the advice, but it's bad advice. Anyway, this guy, Beefcake, we're all doomed, y'all. Bulls on parade. And yeah, he owned all the drugs. But we should be very scared because lights out, bulls on parade. And Benny Johnson got chills, y'all. He got chills because AI has never been better.
Get comfortable, bring the best libs that Utah has to offer. Counting or not counting gang violence?
If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before,
I did not at all.
You have no idea.
I don't. You're right.
You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country.
I didn't do anything, to be honest with you, but okay.
In this world, you have no idea.
Okay, you gonna kill us all? For free speech advocate Charlie Kirk? And then they cried, and then they lifted the flag, and they went on the streets because they gorked our boy Charlie. This is for Charlie and all over the world. They rose up for free speech and got everybody fired. They threatened your life in the name of free speech as they waved a flag and they cried. Charlie!
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. The most important thing is my faith.
Well, that's not what you're going to be known for, dude. You're going to be known as a hate monger that got killed at 31 because you're a fucking moron. And even more cringe, mass psychosis. Now, once again, I'm so old now, folks. I don't know the difference between real shit and rage bait. You can never tell with these fucking maggots. It's an honor to meet you, Mr. X. You're all right for a white boy, Charlie. Now, that's got to be rage bait. Come on. Even I'm not too old to recognize. Has to be, right? We're witnessing a mass psychosis event. No, I cannot make myself believe that somebody made this to be real. Anyway. And boo, yeah, I know, poo. And people have lost their fucking minds. Hey, here's a good parody video describing the society we all now find ourselves in.
Charlie Kirk was killed just for sharing his opinion. That is just, it's un-American, all right? And you should be able to share your political beliefs and opinions without any fear of retribution whatsoever. This is appalling. He was also like a huge dick. What did you just say? I said he was a dick. Okay, so I found your address and your place of work. I plan on getting you fired, all right? I uploaded all of your information onto a website doxing you, and I hope you get raped and killed. I hope you're ready to be killed for what you said. Oh my God. You think his death is a joke? You think it's funny? What? Let's kill this motherfucker.
Yeah, pretty much what we're experiencing now. They gotta kill us because we're making fun of free speech advocate Charlie Kirk. It only makes sense. It only makes sense. And they're doing it, folks. Firings everywhere. Everybody can be fired from the people that hate cancel culture. Here's a Greg Abbott. I'm firing 100 teachers because we all know teachers are the enemy in the society, folks. Over Kirk comments, fuck your free speech, okay? You do not have the right to make fun of Charlie Kirk, okay? We're gonna fire you. And then I got a lot of messages on the last show because Greg Abbott, actually, let me show you. I can just show instead of tell. Take my own advice. So you guys remember there was a black girl on Texas State and she got arrested for, according to Greg Abbott, the reason she got arrested and thrown out of school was because she mocked Charlie Kirk. First off, a couple years ago, he's like, I just signed law protecting free speech on college campuses. Now, yesterday, he's all like, hey, Texas State, this conduct is not accepted at our school. Expel this student immediately. Mocking assassination must have consequences. So, yeah, so much for that protection of free speech, right? Different rules for us, baby. We only meant that you were allowed to say the N-word on campus. You weren't allowed to make fun of conservatives that get gorked. So anyway, people were like, hey, Dusty, yes, I know Greg Abbott said that she was expelled from school and arrested for her free speech because she mocked Charlie Kirk, but that wasn't actually the reason. He just bullshitted because he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. The real reason that she was arrested and expelled from school was because she assaulted somebody. And I'm like, all right, well, you shouldn't assault people. And then I saw the video of her assaulting this person. And God damn it, you people are such fucking pussies. If a right-winger would have done this to a left-winger and got expelled, you guys would be screaming to the top of your fucking lungs about snowflakes, about fucking pussy bitches. Here's the big assault that she got arrested for and thrown out of school for, folks. She touched his hat, barely. Oh my gosh. She barely touched his hat. She got arrested for it and expelled from school. Oh my God. And the governor personally demanded that they remove her from school from that. That's the level of snowflakery we're dealing with here, folks. Could not get any faker than fucking conservatives. Everything about them has always been fake. Everything about them will always be fucking fake. They never believed in free speech. It was just an attack line they used against the left to try to con young men, young women into voting for them. Hey, I don't like the stuff Donald Trump says. I don't like a lot of the stuff the right does, but they're the party of free speech. The left has gone nuts, but they never believed in it at all. If this is not complete evidence of that, then no evidence exists to convince you of it. But James Woods laughing. They laugh at the people that got fired. This guy got fired, and he put this video out saying, hey, so much for free speech, right-wing snowflakes.
Well, I just want to say thanks a lot, MAGA. You guys did get me fired from my job. I was an engineer for 12 years. So for the first time in 12 years, I have to get back into the job field. So much for fucking freedom of speech, huh, guys? Fucking crazy. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And James Wood says, learn the code. Ha ha ha. 40,000 likes. Learn the code. But it was literally Charlie Kirk that said hate speech does not exist legally in America. There's ugly speech. There's gross speech. There's evil speech. And all of it is protected by the First Amendment. Keep America free. But yeah, you guys are doing this for Charlie, ain't you? You're literally shitting on his grave, going against everything he claimed to believe. But also, let's not get that twisted. Charlie Kirk also never believed in free speech. He was also fucking lying and full of shit. So I guess you guys are memorializing him correctly. And last year, Laura Loomer was like, I am a free speech absolutist. Sorry that's so hard for people to understand. I'm against censorship and debanking. Sticking up for free speech isn't aligning. It's called having principles. And now yesterday she's like, so many people have been fired. I'm so proud of you guys. Yeah, 56,000 likes because they ain't about shit. They never believed a word they say, and they still don't. But they never believed in free speech. They just use it to attack the left. And they'll still do it. They'll still pretend they're the party of free speech, while censoring people all over the place, while shutting down our First Amendment every chance they get. The attack on the left is in full swing now, folks. Definitely through the looking glass. And Wisconsin principal gets death threats after MAGA influencers falsely accuse her of mocking Kirk's death. She didn't even do anything. This is where we're at, folks. You don't even have to fucking do anything. These right-wing influencers are so hungry. They're so bloodthirsty. They know they get clicks if they out anybody on their social media and claim they were mocking Charlie Kirk, and then the mob gets all riled up and they come all over themselves trying to get these people fired because they have nothing better to do with their fucking time. These fake motherfuckers. And so here's how one woman got harassed and got death threats when she didn't even do anything.
Listen to this.
You have to fire this piece.
She needs to be fired.
You don't get that disgusting pig of a woman, Cynthia Rayberg, off of your staff, there is going to be hell to pay.
Those are just a few of the hundreds of voicemails the Elkhorn Area School District has received over the weekend. Hi, I'm Kaylee Starl, and I'm a reporter with TMJ4 News in Milwaukee. An associate principal here in the Elkhorn Area School District is facing the fallout from a viral post connecting her to comments about Charlie Kirk's death. It was created by conservative influencer Ryan Fournier, and it basically alleges that these comments about Charlie Kirk's death were made by Cindy Rehberg, an associate principal here in the district. The problem is, both Cindy and the district say that's not true.
My first thought when I saw that, I thought, who is Cynthia Irene? And I answered the phone, and someone was swearing on the other line, yelling at me, and I knew right away something was wrong.
The district superintendent tells me they actually did an investigation and found that person who made the comments lives in Williams Bay and is not part of the district. But it was already too late. That post went viral. Over the weekend, the district has received more than 800 voicemails calling for them to fire Cindy.
So you're in Louisiana calling us and harassing about something you know nothing about.
Giddy over.
And it wasn't just the district. Cindy tells me she also received some vulgar and threatening messages herself.
Oh my goodness, where are my kids? Where's my husband? You know, how does this look for everybody's safety?
Now, I did reach out to Ryan, that poster, on Saturday, but didn't hear back. But then he sent me a direct message on X late Sunday night, sharing a post that says those statements were false. Now, even though he's deleted that original post, the district says the damage is done. Roughly 100 kids called out of school Monday, and they had an increased police presence. Now, they're continuing to go through these messages, considering legal action, but their main message here: don't believe everything you read online.
They don't give a shit. They're having so much fun getting people fired, y'all. This is their new #1 hobby. And the Onion give them the business, too. New Onion headline report: you to be fired for reading this headline about Charlie Kirk. They're coming for everybody, y'all. If you just read that, you're now out of a job. And violence, they're trying to put all the violence to the left, folks, even though that's not true, of course. None of the last 31 political attacks was by anyone on the left, not a single one. We can count them. They've counted every single one. Zero of the last 31 political attacks done by the left. It's all right-wing violence, y'all. But it doesn't matter. They control the narrative. They control all of social media. Now they're controlling the airwaves. They control the news organizations. They control ABC, NBC. Late night hosts getting fired. So it doesn't matter what the truth is. It matters what the lie repeated everywhere is. And that's what they're doing. Now they're claiming that these right-wing people, admittedly right-wing people, they're trying to claim that they're left. So here is... Well, I'll just play the clip for you.
He's got a point.
Well, I think his point would be strengthened if he were honest today about who burned his house down. You know, it was a Free Palestine leftist.
It was not a Free Palestine leftist. He wasn't a leftist. His brother said he voted for Trump last year and tried to convince his family to vote for Trump, too. They can't stop lying. He might have been pro-Palestinian, but a lot of right-wingers are pro-Palestinian. Fuck Nick Fuentes, the Groyper leader, is pro-Palestinian. This is not a left or right-wing issue. This is a, hey, quit exterminating those people issues. But they're trying to make it to where anybody who supports Palestine is automatically a leftist, y'all. And so all the violence is being committed by the leftists. Lies, damnable lies. Not the only one doing this. Here's Ted Cruz going on there claiming that this guy, Vance Balter, was a right-winger.
When funding acts of violence, we should go after, but this is a left-wing problem.
How can you argue that it's, I think the argument that people have been talking about recently is what's going on with the Charlie Kirk case. I think people have raised that because there have been other acts of political violence as well when it comes to targeting Democrats. I mean, we've seen that with a lawmaker who was killed in Minnesota this summer alongside her husband. We've seen it with the break-in at Nancy Pelosi's
but the assassin
We've also
there
seen
was
it with Justice Brett Kavanaugh
the
and
assassin
others.
Hold on a second. If you're going to say facts, you need to get your facts right. The assassin there was not a right-wing assassin acting on a political motive. The assassin there was someone who had been an appointee of Tim Walz, and he was a
right-winger, and then he got reappointed by Tim Walz to the same position. No! Vance Balter told the New York Post, literally told them he supported Trump. It doesn't matter. You can literally tell the news media that you supported Trump. They'll still call you a left-winger. He told The Blaze that he took jobs at funeral homes to investigate if the COVID vaccine was killing people. He was MAGA, but they don't care. This is the narrative, folks. They'll have every right-wing influencer spreading this shit, and the masses will believe all these people are left-wing killers. That's how it works. Doesn't matter what the truth is. It matters who controls the narrative. Speaking of which, here's the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, memory holding all the times that Donald Trump has called people fascist, all the times Donald Trump has claimed that the left were the enemy of the people, and now he's going to claim that the left are out here trying to incite violence by saying these same exact words that Donald Trump has said repeatedly.
That's not helpful. That is not productive, and it leads to bad consequences. Leaders cannot call their political opponents Nazis and fascists and enemies of the state because they disagree with their policy priorities.
Can't do it.
This is something we should have learned in grade school.
Somebody
this type of language spurs on depraved people, deranged people,
really?
who take that as a cue. And
that's right. You can't call people enemies of the state, enemy of the people. What's that?
It is the enemy from within, and they're very dangerous. They're Marxists and communists and fascists. It's a choice between communism and freedom. No, they've done very bad things to this country. They are indeed the enemy from within. This is communist, this is Marxist, this is fascist. It's the enemy from within. That's a bigger enemy than China and Russia. There's a radical left Marxist, communist, fascist. She's a Marxist. She's a fascist. These far left fascists, led by Harris and her group. If Comrade Kamala Harris gets 4 more years, you will be living a full-blown banana republic ruled by an anarchy and a tyranny. They're scum. They're scum. And they want to take down our country. They are absolute garbage.
Hey, it's different when Trump does it, though. It's the left. It's the left. There's actually 6 full minutes of this, y'all. I'm not going to play you the whole 6 minutes. That was just 1 minute clip of this whole 6 minutes of him saying shit like that over and over and over again. But it's the left calling people fascist. It's the left saying that they're the enemy within. So we have to censor them all, folks. And they're going to do it, folks. Here's the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, talking about cracking down on the left, cracking down on our free speech.
There's free speech, and then there's hate speech. And there is no place, especially now, especially after what happened to Charlie, in our society.
Do you see more law enforcement going after these groups who are using hate speech and putting cuffs on people so we show them that some action is better than no action?
We will absolutely target you, go after you, if you are targeting anyone with hate speech, anything. And that's across the aisle. There's free speech.
Yeah, it's going to be one-sided, folks. This is how it's going to work. You know how it's going to work. You know they're only going to enforce this on left-wing people to shut down left-wing political speech. 100%. You think there's a single right-wing person they're going to go after for this kind of shit? Even though the right wing is much more likely to spread political violence? Of course not. This is a crackdown on their left-wing political opponents. Exactly what every dictator does. And then she's doubling down on it. Hate speech that crosses the line into threats of violence is not protected. And then, of course, she directly calls out the left because that's what her focus is, right? They have no intention of going after any right-wingers. So, directly against what Charlie Kirk said he stood for, but it doesn't matter. This is their Reichstag, folks. Hate speech that crosses the line into threats of violence is not protected by the First Amendment. It's a crime. Only the U.S. Constitution protects most violent speech. The Supreme Court ruled it legal to justify or celebrate violence or advocate or teach the duty, necessity, or propriety of it, but not incitement or imminent violence. Example, telling a mob with weapons to kill someone. You can't do that, but you can say stuff like, hey, maybe it's time for a revolution. Hey, maybe the tree of liberty needs to be watered with the blood of tyrants. You know, shit like that is protected speech. But not for us anymore, baby. They're going to come shut us down. That's what it's all about. They already dominate everything. They dominate most of the news media, most of social media, most of everything. They want 100% and 0% for us. And this is just a pretext for them to shut down shows like mine, Hassan Abi. It's coming. And then they're also going to want to force the businesses to do whatever they want them to do. Remember? These are the same people that are like, hey, if you don't want somebody to bake a cake, go find a different baker, right? You have the right to refuse service to anybody you want to. Nope, now they're going to force you to print Charlie Kirk posters against your will, I guess.
That's horrific. It's free speech, but you shouldn't be employed anywhere if you're going to say that. And employers, you have an obligation to get rid of people. You need to look at people who are saying horrible things and they shouldn't be working with you. Businesses cannot discriminate. If you want to go in and print posters with Charlie's pictures on them for a vigil, you have to let them do that. We can prosecute you for that. I have Harmeet Dillon right now in our civil rights unit looking at that immediately.
Gonna prosecute you for not printing out posters of Charlie Kirk. We demand your compelled speech. We demand you do what we tell you to do against your fucking will. Where you at, Jordan Peterson? Where the fuck you at? And yes, once again, Charlie Kirk, hate speech does not exist legally in America. All of it is protected by the First Amendment. If he had any morals or principles, and he didn't, he would be rolling over in his grave right now. You guys are using his death, his memory, to do the exact opposite of everything he claimed to believe in. But of course, we know that's what they always do. It's a pretext to clamping down on all of our fucking rights, folks. And I can't believe it in this crazy ass time. Tucker Carlson actually speaking out on the right side of this issue.
You hope that. You hope that Charlie Kirk's death won't be used by a group we now call bad actors to create a society that was the opposite of the one he worked to build. You hope that. You hope that a year from now, the turmoil we're seeing in the aftermath of his murder won't be leveraged to bring hate speech laws to this country.
But it will.
And trust me, if it is, if that does happen, there is never a more justified moment for civil disobedience than that. Ever.
What?
There never will be.
Well, yeah, but
because they can
they won't do it. These same motherfuckers who promised me they needed their gun in case the government started cracking down on our fucking speech are the ones going to goose step us into the goddamn concentration camps. I promise you these motherfuckers ain't about shit. Tucker Carlson ain't gonna do shit. All the fake patriots that follow you ain't gonna do shit. They gonna be the ones killing us.
You what to say. They're telling you what to think.
Yep.
There is nothing they can't do to you because they don't consider you human.
Exactly.
They don't believe you have a soul. A human being with a soul, a free man, has a right to say what he believes, not to hurt other people.
Not anymore, baby. We got a dictatorship. Everything being cracked down on. Only right-wing narratives allowed. Only Trump's truth allowed. Here's Randy Fine last year. There is no suffering adequate for those animals. Talking about the innocent people murdered in Gaza. The babies, the children's heads blown apart. May the streets of Gaza overflow with blood. Here he is 2 days ago. Those celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk must be thrown out of civil society. If you are aware of anyone in the 6th District of Florida, or heck, anywhere in the United States, who works at any level of government, rat them out! We must get them on fire! We must ruin their fucking lives for violent speech, for celebrating the death of innocent people. Not about anything, folks. The people of fucking nothing. Marco Rubio says he's begun deporting critics of Charlie Kirk. This is where we're at, folks. Authoritarianism. Don't you motherfuckers on the MAGA right tell me you love free speech, okay? No one's buying this shit anymore. No one fucking believes you. Hey, we never believed you. We always knew you were fucking full of shit, okay? But now you're so fucking full of shit that there's no reason to even listen to you anymore. Just turn our backs and shit in your fucking face or in your food or whatever. Visa revocations are underway over non-U.S. citizens celebrating the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Free speech activist Charlie Kirk. Gonna revoke your visas if you say something against free speech activist Charlie Kirk in this bizarro backwards planet we live in. Per a Monday Night Post by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Rubio made the announcement on X while sharing a video from Fox News interview Monday during which he was asked if he planned to restrict visa access or revoke visas for those celebrating Kirk's killing. And yes, we are, folks. No free speech for anybody entering this country. Hey, you guys shouldn't get any privileges that our own citizens don't get. Hey, we're cracking down on our own fucking people. Obviously, we're going to crack it down on you fucking Browns, too. Everybody keep your mouth shut. And then here's the party that hates censorship, y'all.
And I support everything Trump is saying and wanting to do. That's why I'm filing. And I support everything Trump is saying and wanting to do. That's why I'm filing this censorship and this motion to strip Ilana Maher of her committee assignments. That's why I'm working to root out the teachers and healthcare workers in South Carolina who celebrate murder. I don't want them around our kids.
That's why I'm trying to pass this censorship, because I love Donald Trump so much that I love censorship and the fucking evil teachers. The teachers are the problem, and I'm doing everything I can to make sure all the teachers are fired. Hey, you're the good guys, MAGA, aren't you? Hey, all you MAGA out there hate watching me. You're the good guys, aren't you, with your censorship and your demonization of the teachers? Yeah, that's who you are, though. That's who you fucking are. The worst among us. This is why we celebrate when you die, because it's good when you die. The world is better. Like a little birds fucking chirp a little louder when you guys die. More of you need to die more fucking often, to be honest with you. Of natural causes. No violence, of natural causes. But yes, like if your hearts were to explode into your chest more often, that would be great. So like, please keep up your eating habits. And to crack down on everything, folks. The CEOs of Discord, Reddit, and Twitch, and Steam have been invited to testify before Congress, but not X, not Twitter. Not the number one source for violent rhetoric on all of the fucking internet. They haven't been invited. I wonder why, I wonder what it is about X, Twitter, that kept them off this list. It's curious. But we already know why, because they already have a stranglehold on X. Elon Musk already shadow bans anything. The algorithm does it automatically. That doesn't support or spread right-wing narratives, and he uses his platform to do nothing but spread right-wing narratives. So he's already got that shit locked down. So now they want to lock down all the rest of social media. They want to lock down Reddit especially. Reddit's the number one thing they want to lock down, because Reddit is still a place for left-wing dissent, left-wing conversation. But Twitch, they're going to lock down Twitch. They're going to fire Hassan Abbey. I don't know what the fuck Steam is in there for, but whatever. It's coming, though, folks. The crackdown is happening. I'm glad you've joined me while you can. And speaking of which, they're about to crack down on trans people even harder. Dude had a trans boyfriend who had nothing to do with it, clearly. Apparently, this trans boyfriend, I don't even know if that's true, but that's what they say. But if that's true, this trans boyfriend, girlfriend did nothing but cooperate with the FBI, turned over everything to them. Clearly, according to their own messages they released, had no knowledge of this. So, of course, we have to demonize trans people. And now here is Donald Trump's former doctor, current senator, Ronnie Johnson, saying that they're going to have a sweep of the streets and take all trans people off the streets, y'all.
And joining us now for more on this is former White House physician and Texas Congressman Ronnie Jackson. Congressman, great to see you. And I just want to get your perspective on this from a medical point of view. This kid, the assassin, he went from what seemed like a fairly normal 20-year-old to a totally radicalized 22-year-old left-wing assassin with a trans boyfriend. How does something like that happen? And do you think that warning signs here were probably missed somewhere along the way?
Absolutely, Rob. I think we have to start with the underlying reality is that these people have psychiatric illnesses to start with. I mean,
literally, the trans person didn't do anything, folks. Cooperated fully, no involvement whatsoever.
When I say these people, I'm talking about the people that are responsible for this, either transgender or associated with the transgender community.
Or associated.
These are people that have, gender dysphoria, which is a real psychiatric issue. It's the reason that we don't allow them in the military at this particular point.
That's not why you don't allow the military. The reason you don't allow the military is because Donald Trump got elected and he decided to discriminate against them and throw them against the bus, because saying the trans word over and over again melts you guys' brains, all right? Has nothing to do with actual facts, reason, or logic.
They have psychiatric issues and they're not eligible to serve in the military as anyone else who would have any other psychiatric issue would be. And these are people that, that the left have seized upon. You said that they've legitimized or shown some sympathy with their cause, but they've done more than that, Rob. They've taken advantage of these people. These are people that are vulnerable, that already have an underlying psychiatric issue where they don't know what their gender is and they're transitioning. And let's just be honest, most of them are men that are transgendering to women, right? And so they have an underlying level of aggressiveness. Right. I would say that that's there because they're actually men, not women, right?
What? Men are more aggressive? Hey, that seems awful anti-man. That's a little woke there, dude.
And then they have the left-wing media coming every single day telling them that they are victims, that they're persecuted, that they're prosecuted, because me and you and other normal Americans don't accept the fact that they want to walk into a little girl's locker room and undress in front of them, that they want to be included in women's sports and everything else. And so they are made by the far left and by the liberal media to be victims, and you're dealing with a.
So he's about to say that they're lied to and called victims, and then in the next sentence, it's about to say, we need to round them up and get them off the fucking streets. Don't you see the irony here? How can you say we need to round them up and get them off the streets and then say that they're bullshitting themselves by claiming that they're fucking victims? You're literally the one fucking victimizing them.
A population that's already prone to do some of the stuff that we're seeing here, and they are being facilitated by Democrats in this country, by the far left, and by the progressives. And this is what you get. And so this is not a problem that exists on the right. It's not. This is a group of domestic terrorists that have been bred. They have been bred by the left, by the progressives, by the liberal media, including many that I serve in Congress with.
Let me stop you there,
Congressman. They have made these people into who they are.
I agree, and I want to play this one more time because I'm trying to make the connection.
Anyway, he goes on to say that we have to get these domestic terrorists off the streets and round them the fuck up. I'll quit playing it there because it's like 4 minutes long, and then we're going to go to the next one, which is Meggie and Kelly using her show to say it should be illegal to discriminate against all trans people because of this stuff.
Right. Something has to be done. I mean, we need to be protected. Right now, the law is that you must hire this person, that if you would otherwise hire them, you cannot use their trans identification as a reason not to hire them.
Bostock, Neil Gorsuch.
Thanks a lot, Neil. Yeah. That'll be undone. That's going to be undone.
You think so? Oh, that's
100%. It's going to be undone. That was written at a time before we had all this, when we were still in the fever state of wokeism, thinking it was just kindness that was, holding us back from recognizing these people.
Before we realized that we were just giant piece of shit, we could just fire people because they're trans, because of their identity. Before we could just discriminate against people. Back we used to be nice. Fucking pussies us back in the olden days, but no more than that, Mr. Nice Guy. Time to be the total pieces of shit we've always been, and it's a good thing.
Well, and now we've just seen an explosion of serious mental problems around them. It would be absolute folly to require employers to take these people on. Are you kidding me? Or what about schools? What about a pilot? What, you want this kind of a person teaching your child? I don't.
Oh, well, then fucking homeschool. Fucking idiot. I'm completely fine with them. I'd much rather they are my pilots or teachers than a maggot. Fuck all Trump supporters. You guys are insane as shit as far as I can tell. Meanwhile, FCC threatens Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel got threatened, folks. I'm sure he's going to be fine. Anyway, here's the FCC chairman threatening him because of something he said that they don't like.
When you look at the conduct that has taken place by Jimmy Kimmel, it appears to be some of the sickest conduct,
literally mild vanilla man. It's Jimmy Kimmel.
As you've indicated, there are avenues here for the FCC. So there are some ways in which I need to be a little bit.
Here's where we're at now, folks. Hey, you told a joke we don't like. The FCC is going to threaten the station you work for, threaten the corporation to pull your licenses if you guys don't quit telling jokes that we don't like. Super free speech, y'all. We're super free speech. And let me play you the clip that they had a problem with, folks. It's the most white bread, middle of the road, mayonnaise, Jimmy Kimmel shit you can possibly imagine.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get.
This is why he got fired, folks, because he made a joke about our president.
For about 150 years, and it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish.
So they fired him, folks. Jimmy Kimmel canceled, fired, breaking. ABC pulls Kimmel show over Charlie Kirk. The United States government has used the power of the White House to threaten ABC to get a comedian pulled. I thought comedy was legal. Hey, what? You guys did all those Netflix specials. Remember, Elon Musk bought Twitter. Comedy is legal now. Fucking snowflakes. We can say anything we want to now without fear of reprisal. Finally, comedy is back. What happened to that? But obviously, we already know You guys were never about shit. You are the fakest humans that ever lived. You don't have any morals. You don't have any scruples. You don't have any moral framework. Nothing. You are the fucking people of nothing. This is why I tell you guys, I've told you guys for years, there's no reason to argue with these people. Their words don't mean anything to them. They will just say whatever the fuck they think they have to say to win the argument today. And if they have to say the exact fucking opposite tomorrow, they will say the exact fucking opposite. They have no ideology. Their only ideology is, am I upsetting people? Am I hurting people? Are you triggered? Are you upset? Are you angry? That's fucking it. And if they have to say the opposite of what they said yesterday today to make you angry, that's what they'll fucking say. Because they don't give a shit. These are nihilists. They have no fucking belief system. No reason to argue with them. All you do is fucking block them. Move on. And yep, this is perhaps the first administration to make comedy illegal. Of course, the comedy's legal again, people, would be the one to make comedy illegal. It's always the opposite of whatever the fuck they say. That's how you know what a right-winger's going to do. You just listen to what they say and then know they're going to do the exact opposite of whatever that fucking is. It's always the way. And now Trump is gloating about it. Trump bragging about using the White House, using the office of presidency to get comedian fired from his job. Trump's like, great news for America. This is terrible news for America. This is a direct assault on the First Amendment, the Constitution being wiped on Trump's big, dimply, orange ass. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done. Kimmel has zero talent and worse ratings than even Colbert, if that's possible. That leaves Jimmy and Seth, two total losers. On fake news NBC, their ratings are also horrible. Do it, NBC! So he's calling for the other comedians to be fired too, folks. And hey, you guys better do it before the FCC pulls your license. But before Trump gets all these lawyers that he's threatened to get free legal work from come attack you. It's just in your best interest to bend the knee to Donald Trump. Spread nothing but right-wing talking points. You should have Gutfield on there. Gutfield should have an ABC prime time show, in my opinion. And of course, they're all gloating about it. All the free speech absolutists beside themselves, funded by Russia. This is why they funded him, folks. This is why they gave him all that money. We did it for you, Charlie. And we're just getting started. Yeah, hey, we got this comedian fired for you. Free speech advocate Charlie Kirk. Hey, yeah, you spent your entire life. You literally died for free speech. We did it for you, Charlie. Just there's no irony. These people will understand because they don't actually care. Here's Purge Mask Laura Loomer. Jimmy Kimmel's career just got assassinated. Who is laughing now? We're all laughing. We're all laughing on how hilarious the burning of the First Amendment is. The erosion of the Constitution. It's fucking hilarious. Ted Cruz, love it. Ted Cruz says maybe lying about a deranged left-wing murderer wasn't a good career move. Hey, yeah, fuck your free speech. It's hilarious when comedians make jokes we don't like and we get them fired. America is great again, y'all, finally. And MAGA got a tough decision, but it's not a tough decision for them at all. Charlie Kirk was a bastion of free speech, but also cancel anyone who jokes about Charlie Kirk. Easy. That's easy. Push both buttons. We are not about shit. We don't believe in anything. We only want to hurt you, okay? As long as you understand that, you know that our words don't fucking mean anything. But I know who they're coming after next, folks. It's very obvious. Hassan Abi. That's why they pulling the Twitch CEOs into Congress. President Donald Trump been talking about him. J.D. Vance been talking about him. How is this guy walking the streets? Hassan Piker is literally inciting murder on Twitch. So don't be surprised if Hassan Abi gets canceled next. And I've messaged Hassan and I've told him that him and I need to start our own network. We can start our own left-wing network. We can make way fucking more money. I'll set the whole motherfucker up. I'll get the right people in on it, believe me. I've already looked into it. I already have kind of some ends into doing this. Be way better if we didn't have to depend on platforms like Twitch anymore, or Twitter, or any of these people who are just going to be silencing us more and more and more. But he didn't respond, of course. He's too important for me. So whatever. Good luck, Hassan. And that is my Charlie Kirk coverage for this evening, folks. And all right, let's stop and read some super chats, like button of the show. But also, I want to say, hey, if you're watching the show, you know you are, please check the description of this video. Folks, I am a digital busker. You know what that is? Basically, it's like the guy that stands on the street corner, entertains you for a few bucks. I don't let ads run on the show, which actually hurts the show bad. They actually shadow ban you, and they don't advertise it to as many people. If you don't let ads run, I'm hamstringing myself. But I don't want to do that because I don't trust what they're going to try to sell you guys on my show. And also ads, they throw off the rhythm of the show and make the show much less entertaining. And so I don't allow ads. I don't take sponsors. I don't advertise. I don't sell anything. I don't fucking bullshit. All I do is put out free content. And then I'm like, hey, if you guys enjoy what I do, could you throw me a couple bucks so I can keep the lights on and not starve to death? And also feed my cats and dogs that I have. I run an animal sanctuary. So if you like what I do, please check the description of the video. And considering clicking on the very first link, it goes to my Patreon account, chipping in a couple bucks a month. You get all access to all my after parties, which I show I do after the show. There's like hundreds of them. It's more content just for you, but also you help out. So if you like my show, please help me because I won't be around long. You better help me out while you still can. And thank you. And Rebecca Boys, fuck yeah. Always Johnny on the spot to support the show. Says thank you for the support during the rough times. Finally getting to the other side. Is that Betty White? Yeah, I couldn't think of a thumbnail. You guys don't understand how hard it is to make all these fucking thumbnails, to be honest with you. It takes a long ass time. So for each show, I have to first come up with a concept of the thumbnail, and then I have to fucking get it to do the thumbnail. It takes a long time to do, and I was like, all right, you're running out of time, Dusty. You got to do this shit. What are you going to do the thumbnail on? And I was like, let's just do the similar thumbnail you did before, but we'll have 4 new people in heaven with Charlie Kirk. So last time it was a Hulk Hogan, Jesus, Ronald Reagan, and Jeffrey Epstein. And I was like, all right, think of 4 other evil people. And I was like, all right, how about Hitler, Osama bin Laden, Jeffrey Dahmer, and who was the 4th person? And of course, the first person to come to mind, Betty White, the most evil person to ever exist. No, I will not be taking any questions on that. And thank you, Rebecca Poise, as always. Love you, Rebecca. And you go on, buddy. It ain't time yet. He's like, but you're reading the super chats. You usually give us treats when you read the super chats. At the end of the show, dude. Learn how to tell time. But show everybody your ass. BBC, $20. What's up, King? King shit. Let me see BBC. Hope you're well tonight. Hello, humans and cats and dogs. Also dogs. I do have dogs at Mental Sanctuary. You guys never see them, but they're there. They're very spoiled, to be honest with you. We got some of the most spoiled dogs ever. They get like, I won't even tell you because you guys get mad at me. Chicken. I don't eat the chicken, but the dogs get plenty of fucking chicken every fucking day. Like real chicken. Lizzie bid at $5. Don't forget to cover Jimmy Kimmel Getting Canned. Done! Just for you, Lizzie. I'm all over it. 10 tickets from Kevin Milligan. Fuck yeah, Kevin. If you got a ticket from Kevin Milligan, please give him your love and tune in. Probably do an after party on Friday. So be sure to tune into that. And if you want a ticket, please show up live because our very generous audience randomly gives out free tickets to the after party. And also you get like customized emojis to spam the chat with. Usually it's $3 a month, but they give them away free to you lucky motherfuckers. But you got to be here live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. So come hang out with the best audience on YouTube. They're very generous. And Red Sky, $20. Love you, Red Sky. Hope you're doing well tonight. Carolyn Mickle, I sent a package yesterday. Rush. Peace to all. All right, fuck yeah. I'll go check tomorrow and see if it's there. I'll keep my fingers crossed as always. Thank you, you hero. Michael Bronner, $5. The First Amendment is important enough to us to have the cost of having some ignorant views. Charlie, Second Amendment logic applied to the First Amendment. I wish, but we know they ain't about fucking shit. We know they don't actually care about the Constitution. They're the fakest people in the world. The only thing that matters is what Trump says and are people being hurt. That's it. The Constitution doesn't matter to the fake patriots. Never has, never fucking will. Micah H, $5. Just like God to send his warning through a minor natural event veiled in really specific symbolism, the conservatives happen to be able to crack. Yeah, no, right? I mean, he could just come down and tell us himself if he's mad. No. He could have just made the motherfucking bullet move like he did in Pulp Fiction. But no! Let's shake the earth a little bit. Fucking titty baby. $4.99 from Kristen Dune. Good job to you. Buddy Cooper, $5. I bet you $5 we don't make past September 30th. If I win, don't worry about paying me back. Who is this we? You mean the country or my show? Either way, it's a good bet. Take the money Google gave me before I have any opinions. Fuck yeah, I'll take your Google money. Thank you, Spicy Spency. Sith Mage Everglade, $10. Hey, so many unhomed now that they are fired from their jobs. So now they cannot alive them involuntarily and throw them in the mental institutions. This is a laughing stock. Love you, Dusty. I know, right? Scary times we're living in. Who could have seen this coming? It was me, baby. Swaggering Cat, $20. The Farrells have no intention of censoring their speech. They send their regards and thank you for your attention to this matter. Hey, thank you for your generosity as always, Swaggering Cat, and as always, scritches to you and yours. Miss Amaya, $5. In the end, Charlie Kirk leaned a little to the left. He did get gorked to the left. That's my new favorite word, y'all. Gorked, Gorky Park. And Michael Barner, $2. MAGA firings hurt Trump unemployment numbers. LOL. They're just going to lie about it anyway. They're going to fire anybody that puts the numbers out, so we won't know the numbers. So what we don't know won't hurt us. Jared T, $25. God bless you and protect you, brother. Pfft. I got a gun. I don't need fucking God. There is nothing Jesus-like about these people. They are demons following the literal Antichrist. The most terrifying part of this is Democrat leaders are not fighting back. Yeah, Democrat leaders don't have our fucking back, baby. We don't have any kind of democracy anymore. It's all over. But thank you, Jerry T. Good to see you tonight, and love to Jesus. Grup the Queer, 2 and 2. Keep on keeping on. Hey, as long as I can afford to do it, as long as they let me do it, as long as I'm on the air, I'm going to keep doing it. Thank all of you who supported the show. Hey, still plenty of time to get your super chats in and have me read it in this really amazingly real voice that I'm using right now. Gonna read all the rest of the super chats at the end of the show, so get them in early, get them in often, and support the world's greatest show. But for now, we're moving on and I'm gonna switch it over, folks. I've been playing Chud, the new Chud song. I'm gonna switch it back to the Chud classic just for you guys tonight. But I gotta do it manually because as soon as I click on this, it's gonna play the new one. But we're gonna fucking axe that shit. So shut up! Here we go. Chud classic. Hey, yo, yo! Where my mama at? Then what we do? Then what does Ric Flair say? Another week that our president is trying to distract from the Epstein files by extrajudicial murder. So he murdered 11 people on a boat. He said they were drug dealers. He didn't put forth any information, any evidence. He just made the claim. The country said they weren't drug dealers. We have no idea who these people are, but apparently they could just kill you now and brag about it on social media. Then yesterday he killed some more people. We have no idea who these people are. He claimed they were drug dealers, even though being a drug dealer is not a capital punishable offense, but it doesn't matter, folks. And now he's joking. They've never put out any evidence who these people are, and now he's basically making a big joke that, hey, these people might have been fishermen. If I were a fisherman, I wouldn't want to go out fishing right now because we might accidentally murder you. Hilarious from our president.
Meaning no drugs are coming across, probably stopping some fishermen too. I mean, to be honest, if I were a fisherman, I wouldn't want to go fishing. Just a nice, let's take a little trip, because I'd say, man, if maybe they think I have drugs downstairs. Maybe I think I have drugs. They can just murder me. I better not go fishing. Yay, America, where you got to be scared to go fishing lest the United States government just murder you out of the blue for no fucking reason. And, Shady Vance, couch fucker, also making the same hilarious joke.
So I was talking to I said Secretary of Defense, but our new Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth.
War, baby! Yeah!
And I was talking to Secretary Hegseth, and you know what he said? He said, you know what, Mr. Vice President? We don't see any of these drug boats coming into our country. They've completely stopped. And I said, I know why.
We just
I would stop too. Hell, I wouldn't go fishing right now in that area of the world. But that is what
we might murder fishermen. Hey, we're crazy as shit, y'all. I wouldn't go anywhere on a boat. Never know. We might drop a fucking missile on you. We ain't got to prove shit. We just say you're a drug dealer. We'll say anything. It don't even matter. We'll say you're a fisherman. Who's going to even stop us? Who's going to do shit to us? It's hilarious when we murder people. That's our government now, y'all. They send a very clear message. Everybody should be very fucking afraid of what's happening right now. And speaking of which, remember Trump wanted to prove how safe Washington, D.C. was, so he decided to go to dinner to prove all the haters wrong. And he was at dinner, and some ladies from Code Pink stood up, and they used their First Amendment free speech rights and their right of protest to protest and say, you're a modern-day Hitler, free Palestine. Well, you can't have that. The orange dictator says, hell no to your free speech, and now he's looking at putting them in jail for protesting him under RICO charges.
And a woman, in many cases, women, you can see they're professional agitators. I had one the other night. I had 4 the other night, all in one group, total phonies. I started to scream when I got into a restaurant, something with Palestine.
Something.
I said, well, I'm doing a great job for peace in the Middle East. I should get lots of awards for that, right? With the Abraham Accords and everything else. But a woman just stood up and started screaming. And she got booed out of the place, too. The people, there were a lot of people in the restaurant. I went there to show how safe, and it was safe. I mean, the woman is just a mouthpiece. All she was a paid agitator. And you have a lot of them. And I've asked Pam to look into that in terms of RICO, bringing RICO cases against the criminal RICO, because they should be put in jail.
So RICO is for like mobsters, the mafia, drug networks. But yeah, RICO for protesters. That's where we're at in this fucking country, folks. And they're not kidding at all. Here they are. Basically, they're like, hey, well, don't those women have First Amendment rights? And listen to what Trump says.
That's a violent, radical left group. Okay, go ahead.
I got peppered with a lot of comments for doing that. They still have their First Amendment right, though. They're still out there protesting. Well, you've got an amazing...
I'm not so sure, he says. Hey, don't people have the right to protest you? I'm not so sure. I'm a dictator, and in every dictatorship, you're not allowed to protest the dictator. So I don't give a shit about the Constitution or their First Amendment rights. And they are deadly serious, folks. Here is Todd Blanche talking about putting RICO cases against these protesters.
As you know, RICO has been used to go after like Al-Qaeda, MS-13, the Gambino family. How would something like that protest fall under a RICO charge?
That's not what we use RICO for only. RICO is available to all kinds of organizations committing crimes. And
this is the Deputy District Attorney of the United States.
Committing wrongful acts, not just organized crime.
Deputy Attorney General, rather.
Or ISIS or terrorist organizations. And so it depends. So is it, again, sheer happenstance that individuals show up at a restaurant where the president is trying to enjoy dinner in Washington, D.C. and accost him with vile words and vile anger. And meanwhile, he's simply trying to have dinner.
Can't have
that. Does it mean it's just completely random that they showed up? Maybe, but to the extent
okay, but let's say it's not random. Let's say that they were paid. How is that illegal? How's it illegal to pay somebody to show up and protest? Or let's say they weren't paid. Let's say that they just have an email chain and they knew Trump was going to eat there and they made reservations and they went and ate there to protest them. How would that be an offense under RICO?
Part of an organized effort to inflict harm and terror and damage to the United States. There's potential investigations there, and that's what the president was saying yesterday in the Oval Office.
We know exactly what he's saying. He's saying you're not allowed to protest the president anymore. We're through the looking glass here, fucking people. Nothing like this has ever happened in this country. It's authoritarian dictatorship right in your face. They're not trying to fucking hide it. Another example. They're asking him, hey, what do you make of Pam Bondi saying she's going after hate speech? Here's what Trump says to the reporter.
And what do you make Pam Bondi saying she's going to go after hate speech? Is that, I mean, a lot of your allies say hate speech is free speech.
She'll probably go after people like you because you treat me so unfairly. It's hate. You have a lot of hate in your heart. Maybe they'll come after ABC.
Yeah, maybe we're going to come after you guys for hate. Maybe we're going to come after the free press for hate. Hey, you guys are saying bad stuff about me. You're hateful. We're going to come get you next. They're not even trying to hide it, folks. He's not even trying to make the thinnest of pretext towards free speech. He's literally just saying it. We don't give a shit. We're going to come after the press. We're going to come after protesters. We're going to come after anybody who says anything we don't fucking like. There is no Constitution anymore. I am your God. Bow down. You better be afraid of shit, ABC. You better go fire Jimmy Kimmel. You better fire anybody that dare speaks out against me. You better not put out articles that are not left or left-leaning. You better not do anything against us. We're going to use the full force of the government to come down on you.
Well, ABC paid me $16 million recently for a form of hate speech, right?
Yeah, they paid you because they wanted to do a merger. So they bribed you publicly so they could get their merger passed, which they did, because everything is fucking corrupt in our society.
Your company paid me $16 million.
Yeah, for a frivolous lawsuit.
For a form of hate speech. So maybe they'll have...
For a form of hate speech. He sued them because they edited a Kamala Harris interview. How was that hate speech?
To go after you. Look, we want everything to be fair. It hasn't been fair. And the radical left has done tremendous damage to the country. But we're fixing it. We have right now the hottest country anywhere.
Hottest country in the world, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, pure dictator speech, y'all. And then they question him about the fact that he's made $5 billion as president, more than every president of all time, as the economy collapses, as people are struggling, as credit card debt spirals, as people can't pay their fucking rent anymore. They can't buy food for their children anymore. Donald Trump made $5 billion selling out the United States. So they ask him, and here's his fucking response.
That it's appropriate President Trump that a president in office should be engaged in so much business activity.
Well, I'm really not. My kids are running the business. I'm here. You know what the activity, where are you from?
I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Four Corners program.
Well, the Australians, you're hurting Australia, right? In my opinion, you are hurting Australia very much right now. And they want to get along with me. You know, your leader is coming over to see me very soon. I'm going to tell him about you. You set a very bad tone. Well, go ahead, John.
Yeah, you're hurting your own country right now. They're trying to make business deals with America. How dare you ask me a tough question? I might hold it against Australia. I'm going to tell your president about you. I'm going to tattle on you. Make sure you guys never ask me any fucking tough questions anymore. Yep. Dictatorship right there in your fucking face. He going to put more tariffs on you and me in order to punish that guy for asking me questions. But that's what we deserve, folks. Hey, we voted for this shit. Whatever happens to America is roundly deserved at this fucking point. Meanwhile, the $1 billion renovation of the $400 million he got as a bribe from Qatar is underway. So, yes, he gets a free plane from Qatar, bribed by Middle Eastern royalty. Hey, that's fine. It isn't MAGA. But not only that, $1 billion of American taxpayer monies are going in to fix up this $400 million airplane. And then when he's out of office, if he ever is, it goes to the Trump library and becomes his personal plane. So he gets a $1.5 billion plane for fucking free, y'all. Off taxpayer money. Because we're the biggest suckers and fucking losers to ever goddamn exist. All of us fucking struggling. All of us struggling. And then I've reported to you guys many times that Trump threatened a bunch of legal firms. He threatened to bring down the fist of the United States government upon them if they didn't give him free legal services. Yes, he extorted them. And so they offered him hundreds of millions of dollars in free legal services. So he's just sitting around thinking about, okay, who can I sue? Who can I use all this lawfare against that I got for free through extortion? Well, he's decided to sue the New York Times for $15 billion. Today, I have the great honor of bringing a $15 billion defamation and libel lawsuit against the New York Times, one of the worst and most degenerate newspapers in history. So literally the only reason he's doing this, though, is to intimidate every newspaper, every media outlet, and not putting out stories against him that he doesn't like. Obviously, this frivolous lawsuit will immediately get dismissed, but it doesn't matter. They still have to pay legal fees, they have to pay for the lawyers, they have to go through the bad press of this lawsuit, and then they have to worry about whatever Donald Trump is going to do, whatever he's going to use the government to punish them with. So this is a very clear message out to our free press. Hey, do not come out against me. Do not spread left-wing narratives, left-wing talking points. You're only allowed to spread right-wing talking points. It's a state-run media. That's what every dictator wants, and that's what he's doing here, folks. That's what's happening. Let anybody do shit like this, though, for the most corrupt president. Meanwhile, making plenty of money himself, getting a $1.5 billion airplane for free. $5 billion he's made using his position to threaten Australian journalists for asking simple questions. But the rest of us not doing so good. The Fed lowered interest rates today because they have been very much pressured by the Trump administration to do so. And the Fed, Jerome Powell, came out today and gave basically a briefing of how the economy is doing. And here's what he said.
Good afternoon. My colleagues and I remain squarely focused on achieving our dual mandate goals of maximum employment and stable prices for the benefit of the American people. While the unemployment rate remains low, it has edged up.
Unemployment up.
Job gains have slowed.
Job gains slowed.
And downside risks to employment have risen.
Downside's risen.
At the same time, inflation has risen recently.
So, unemployment up, jobs down, inflation up.
And remains somewhat elevated. In support of our goals and in light of the shift in the balance of...
So bad, basically. Economy doing bad, according to Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. Meanwhile, I covered this in the last show. So South Korea was investing $9 billion. I think it was even more than that. It was like one of the biggest investments in southern United States that has ever been invested in this fucking country. And so what they did is they sent a bunch of experts, some specialists over to set up their factories and to teach American workers how to run the factories. So our genius administration, little Pee Wee German, decided to go raid their factories and round up all their specialists, make their lives a living hell. I guess they have quotas, and he wasn't meeting his quota, so he thought it'd be a bright idea to do that. So now South Korea is considering not investing in America anymore. They sent a very clear message to countries all around the world that you're not welcome here. There's no reason to begin manufacturing here because we're just going to harass you. And so now it seems like South Korea is trying to pull out of the whole deal, because now Korea requests unlimited currency swap from the U.S. government in order to continue investing in America. So basically what this means is they demand that they print their money out of thin air, and then they're allowed to just exchange as much of the money they print out of thin air for American money. And if America doesn't allow them to do that, they're going to pull out of their infrastructure deals, their investments. And so it's literally like they're just trying to find some excuse to pull out. South Korea doesn't think it can invest the $350 billion amount they agreed with Trump to invest in the U.S. without severely depleting the Forex reserves of $416 billion in USD, causing a shock to its own Forex markets by buying the USD in the market and selling won, which would devalue its own won and distressing the market. Instead, it's requesting the U.S. government to accept won and give it USD instead, i.e. swap, which bypasses the Forex markets. It would buy the USD by creating out of thin air fresh won, and then invest that USD into the USA. This would solve their two concerns above. However, it would mean that the U.S. will now be having $350 billion worth of won. In case South Korea currency falls in the future, it would mean that the U.S. government will suffer a loss. So basically, they're going to make us be the one who invests in our own country, and then they're going to get all the fucking money off of it. They're going to get all the fucking profits off of it. So it's basically just socialism for Korea. That's the genius art of the deal that Donald Trump has made now. Just crazy as fucking shit. And yes, if I was cynical, I'd say that South Korea are setting up a situation where the USA will refuse the new terms and the deal can be allowed to collapse without too much loss of face on either side. So shooting themselves in the balls, that's what the Trump administration is doing fucking constantly. It's a shit show. Meanwhile, the farmers, they really scared, y'all. The farmers who all voted for Donald Trump, and shit is going bad, y'all. And they just crying, asking for that government teat, asking for that government handout. Here they are crying again.
Well, we depend on the Chinese market. And the reason we depend so much on this market is China consumes 61% of soybeans produced worldwide. The rest of the world is 39%.
Wow, it's almost like you would have thought of that before you voted for Donald Trump. Donald Trump shitting on China every chance he get. He declared that they were our enemy. Who could have seen that he was going to isolate and ostracize goddamn China? Oh my God, y'all.
Of the soybeans that American farmers produce, 25% currently have been going to China. And right now we have zero sold for this crop that's starting to be harvested right now. So it's a 5-alarm fire for our industry that 25% of our total sales is currently missing. And right now we are not price competitive with Brazil due to the retaliatory tariffs that are in place. Our prices are about 20% higher.
What?
And
I thought tariffs were paid for by that country, not us.
that means that the Chinese are going elsewhere because they can find a better value. And the American soybean farmers and their families are suffering. There's 500,000 of us that produce soybeans, and we desperately need markets, and we need opportunity, and we need a level playing field so we can compete, because we grow a great product, but we have to be price competitive as well. And there's
can't compete, but it's very clear what's going to happen. They're going to cry, and have no fear. Republicans will bail you out. They'll take our tax dollars and they'll bail you out, even though you voted for the orange goof, even though you voted to shoot yourself in the head. We'll bail you out, farmers, because that's what we always fucking do. So the next time you can vote for them again, and we can bail you out again. It never fucking ends. Biggest suckers and fucking losers on the goddamn planet, Americans. And this is kind of funny, though, I gotta admit, though. I don't know if anybody really spread this or not. but there are so many videos of farmers out there crying and whining and begging for a handout that this guy made a parody video making fun of them. And they claim that this was spread to CNN, and Occupy Democrats and other people have been spreading this, claiming it's real. I don't know if that's true or not. I didn't see it anywhere else, and I don't know how you can watch this and not immediately tell it's a parody. But anyway, pretty good parody.
We're just absolutely fucked as farmers, guys. Everything is so fucked, and I do not see anybody surviving this farm crisis that we are in. Guys, look, one of the best splorn crops that I have ever raised in my life. And because of the tariffs, China will not fucking buy it. And they are the only country in the world other than, well, they are the only country in the world that buys splorn. And so now I'm literally just chopping it and blowing it on the fucking ground because it's fucking useless. It's valueless. There's nothing I can fucking do to it. I am going to need government assistance to make it through this fucking crisis until these tariffs end. Look, I've never raised a splorn crop like this, guys. And this is just fucking heartbreaking to me. I don't know how I'm gonna survive. You know, Trump said he fucking loved us farmers, and here I am just blowing my splorn crop all over the ground. Hopefully he works a deal out where Antarctica and Mars will start buying this splorn and save the farmers. I'm sorry, splorn crop, but you're fucked. Because of uneducated voters, as a farmer, I am going fucking broke because the election's in November, and y'all use your fucking brains. CNN literally reached out to me wanting to do a fucking interview with me. Occupy Democrats on Facebook, over 10 million followers, stole my video and posted it. You people are that fucking stupid on a satire video. You have not enough fucking brain cells to...
Yeah, I don't know if they did that or not, but you would have to be very, very stupid. Wouldn't be surprised, though. A lot of idiots on both fucking sides. And when do we start winning? That's what I want to know. CNN says credit scores are falling at the fastest pace in the U.S. since the Great Recession. Are we great yet? Yeah, a lot of people putting food on credit cards now. This is a definite bad sign for the economy, y'all. And is this bad? This seems bad, y'all. Late rent payments continue to tick up. They're like at one of the highest rates they've ever been, y'all. People are going to be homeless as shit. I'm glad they got all these new homeless encampments they're going to send you to or kill you. I guess, hey, we'll have some really big tent cities before too long, funded by the government. Right? That's coming, I'm sure. Meanwhile, Donald Trump just out here lying his fucking ass off. Holy shit, it's amazing that with no pushback from our media whatsoever, you could just go out there and spew this many lies right in a fucking row. It's unbelievable.
Don't forget, European Union is paying our country because of tariffs.
Okay, let's start. Let me make it a little louder. Let's start with the first lie. We'll go through it one by one.
Don't forget, European Union is paying our country because of tariffs $950 billion.
Okay, the European Union says that's not true.
Think of that. We're talking about a year.
A year? Now it's a year. At first, he just said they were giving us $950 billion. I can do whatever I want to with it. A one-time payment. It's not a loan. They're just giving it to me. That's what he said at first. Of course, they said it wasn't true. Now it's every year. They're giving us $1 trillion a year, folks, just out of the fucking blue. Isn't that true?
$950 billion. Japan is paying us $650 billion.
Yeah, Japan paying us $650 billion. Japan said that wasn't true.
These are countries that paid us nothing until I came along.
And they're still paying us nothing.
And China's paying us a tremendous tariff. You know what the tariff is?
Yeah, we know what a tariff is. Tariff is paid for by the American people, by the consumer. So China not giving us anything either. Just a string of lies.
You know what the tariff they're paying us?
Nothing.
Yeah. So it's 30% for the fentanyl as well as whatever for the 301.
20% for the fentanyl. But the overall is about 55%. Okay. That's as opposed to nothing.
Yeah, that's 55% more taxes on Americans as opposed to nothing. Yay for more taxes on Americans. And then here he is talking about how great the economy is going to be. It's going to be great soon. Everybody just keep waiting.
And I think we're going to be very successful fairly soon. We'll have drug prices coming down by 500, 600, 800, even 1,200%.
Yeah, hey, numbers that are mathematically impossible, but let's listen again.
And I think we're going to be very successful fairly soon.
Fairly soon! 2 weeks! Give me 2 more weeks, everybody. Yes, I know everything looks horrible now. I know it looks like I'm destroying the fucking economy. But 2 weeks! Just give me more time. I made $5 billion. I haven't made enough money yet. Fuck all y'all. And yep, here's the situation we're in, folks. The top 10% of income earners in the U.S. now account for nearly half of all consumer spending. The top 10% are spending 50% of the money now. They're buying 50% of the goods. They're buying everything. They have everything. The stock market doing great if you're fucking rich. There's 2 different economies right now. Those who are not in the top 10% getting fucked in the ass, buying less and less and less. Everything's going to credit cards. Can't afford rent anymore. People at the fucking top, never seen such good times. You thought the wealth inequality was bad before, ramping that shit up to fucking 11. Full fucking bore. And you wonder what the outcome is going to be of this, folks. That's why they're worried about all the violence. That's why they're worried about protests and revolutions. Because they got their boot on our fucking throats so hard. What other outcome could there possibly be? When you step on people so much, they can't even afford to feed their family more. They can't even afford to live. What do you think they're going to do? But they know what their response is going to be. Crack down and kill us all. Put us in the concentration camps. They've already funded the secret police more than the goddamn Marines. And this is another reason they're doing all this for, the Epstein cover-up, folks. That's why they're murdering people in boats. That's why they're accelerating this whole Charlie Kirk thing. I don't know if they killed Charlie Kirk or not. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but damn, that was a good distraction, wasn't it? That came at the perfect time, didn't it? Weird how the Epstein files are starting to crush Donald Trump. They're trying to get to him, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Charlie Kirk gets gorked in his fucking throat, y'all. Literally the best thing that could have ever happened to Donald Trump. Weird. Anyway, they got bug-eyed Cass Patel, the children's author who Donald Trump put in charge of our FBI because of meritocracy. They got him down in Congress, and they're grilling him about covering up the Epstein files. Here's a great way to start it. Here is Raskin starting off, laying out the qualifications that Cass Patel has to run our FBI.
Most other new FBI directors drew on their experience as FBI agents. You didn't have that. But you did write a picture book trilogy for children ages 5 and up based on your experience clashing with President Trump's political enemies. In your book, you describe your literary alter ego, Kash the Knight, as a wacky, easily bored wizard carrying out King Donald's vengeance by driving his enemies out of the kingdom. In the books, King Donald is besieged by the evil Hillary Queentown, but saved in the end by Kash. Then Kash goes on to catch mules who are stealing the 2020 election for the great King Donald from Sleepy Joe. And then in the third book, Kash takes down the Dragon of the Jalapenos, nicknamed the DOJ. Your supporters...
How is this fucking real life? How can this be real, y'all? This is the guy running our FBI. A fucking children's author. Has no goddamn experience with the FBI at all. But this is where we're at in this country. It's such a fucking clown show.
I hope that you would graduate from imagining yourself a romantic fairy tale knight to actually running America's premier federal law enforcement agency. Alas, just as we've learned how dangerous it is to put a science-denying anti-vaxxer in charge of our public health, we've learned how dangerous it is to name as director of the FBI a man who thinks of himself as a fairy tale knight who keeps a fire-breathing dragon named DOJ at home to forcibly drive villains out of the kingdom.
Just such a crazy fucking timeline. Literally, a people doesn't care about anything anymore. They'll tell you it's meritocracy too, baby. And so they asked him straight out, hey, is Donald Trump on the Epstein list? Here's his response.
Is Donald Trump on Epstein's client list?
The index has been released, and the index will speak for itself.
So I'm just going to say, America, there's a huge red flag. The FBI director could not answer whether Donald Trump was on Epstein's
Gentleman's
client
time has
list.
expired.
I
now recognizes the gentleman from...
Yeah, didn't answer the question. Very clear question. Is he in Epstein files? Wouldn't answer. The answer is yes, obviously. If he wasn't in the Epstein files, he would immediately say no, of course not. And then they're asking again, did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the Epstein files? Did you ever tell Pam Bondi, look at this non-answer and freak out?
Remembering your oath to tell the truth, did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the files?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Why would you, as the FBI director, have never spoken to Donald Trump about this case that very, very clearly affects him, that he's spoken about many times, taken interest in many times? Does that make any sense to anybody?
Did you ever tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The Attorney General and I have had numerous discussions about the entirety of the Epstein files and the reviews conducted by our team.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
And we have released where President Trump's name is in the
It's a simple question.
file.
Did you tell the Attorney General that the President's name is in the Epstein files?
During many conversations that the Attorney General and I have had on the matter of Epstein, we have reviewed.
The question is simple. Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files? Yes or no?
Why don't you try spelling it out?
Yes or no, Director?
Use the alphabet.
Yes or no?
No, A, B, C,
Director,
D, E, F.
it sounds like you don't want to tell us. Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files?
Why don't you try serving your constituency by focusing on reducing violent crime in this country and the number of pedophiles that are illegally harbored in your sanctuary cities in California? I'll work with you on that.
Regular order, Mr. Chairman.
I'm the lawless gentleman from California. Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
Question has been asked and answered.
You've not answered it, and we will take your evasiveness as a consciousness of guilt.
Yep, that's exactly right, folks. He did not answer the question. He would not answer the question. We know fucking why. We are ruled by pedophiles, MAGA pedophiles, and MAGA could not give a shit less. I know there's some MAGA people hate watching me right now. You are the party of pedophiles. Your whole goddamn party covering up for fucking pedophilia. You know it's true. You know it's true. And you don't give a shit. You never gave a shit about any of fucking this because you're fake as fuck. You're about fucking nothing. Hey, but you rule us. Hey, I will give you that. You do rule us. And you have taken over this entire country. And you have fucked us, and this country's destroyed now because you put pedophiles and criminals in charge of us. And I know you're proud of yourself. Hey, but hey, we're not the only ones who are fucked. You're fucked here too. So you fucked us all, right? And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with dying as long as I get to watch you fucking die too. You're going to die with us. We're all going to fucking die together. Meanwhile, the Onion having a go at him. Desperate Cass Patel asked shooter's family if they can solve any other cases. Remember Cass Patel, after the shooter turned himself in, after his dad made him turn himself in, Charlie Kirk's killer, he was like, we got the guy in only 36 hours. Yeah, he turned himself in, motherfucker. You feckless bitch. Bug-eyed children's author Cass Patel. And then, speaking of the pedophiles that roll us, this is so wild, y'all. So our secret police, ICE, has just put out a new campaign ad. This is the campaign ad. This is real, folks. I'm not making this up. I'll show you. The U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. This is their official ICE account. It says, think before you resist. How can you get any more 1984 authoritarian than this, folks? So first, they're the secret police. They don't have to show you their badges. They don't have to show you their IDs. They don't have to uncover their fucking faces. They don't have to have warrants. They don't have to tell you their names. None of that. Anybody can just mask themselves up and show up and harass you. And you have to bow down and do what they say. You have to think before you resist. Otherwise, they might fucking kill you. You have no idea who these people are. We've already seen people pretending to be ICE, covering their faces, dressing up, and trying to rob people. Happened a couple times. 2 dudes got killed trying to do this. Another dude got caught on tape pretending he was ICE trying to mug a dude. But they're specifically telling you that now in America, you just need to lay down and obey anybody in a mask that comes up to you and tells you what to fucking do. You can't question. You can't fight back. You just have to lay down and be good little slaves in America now, or we might fucking kill you. That's our government, folks. None of this is making us more safe. It's all making us incredibly unsafe. And you don't think other bad actors other than ICE are going to use this to their benefits? Of course they are. They're already fucking doing it. But if a masked man comes up to you, you just got to get raped, women. You just got to get robbed and murdered now. You can't fight back anymore, folks. Lay down, sheep, lay down. Meanwhile, At least some good news coming out of all this secret police rounding up the brown shit. According to the Wall Street Journal, the price of cocaine has dropped 50%. Yay! Because the feds are focusing all effort on deporting migrants. They're not taking the drugs off the street nearly as much as they used to, so plenty of drugs flooding our streets. They really care about drugs, don't they, folks? Pretending to murder drug dealers in boats and shit, while drugs running rampant in our streets now. 50% drop in prices. Man, I wish I did cocaine. I don't, but I wish I fucking did. Cheap ass cocaine. And let's check in with the Chuds in the Chud Watch section and see what's fucking going on. Man, I feel sorry for any black person in our military now. They cracking down on black soldiers who don't shave. Now, I used to work at a hardware store. Used to be a buddy of mine. We used to box. This black guy. And he would, when he shaved, he'd get all these real bad bumps all over his face. These tiny little bumps everywhere on his face. And so he didn't want to shave. He would just want to grow his beard out because he couldn't do anything about it. I asked him, I was like, what causes that? And he's like, oh, it's just like a black thing. You shave and there's like ingrown hairs and I don't know exactly what caused it, but it was real bad, real noticeable, and he was embarrassed about it. So he tried not to shave whenever he could fucking help it, right? And I feel bad for the guy. But the military has issued new orders that every man in the military has to be shaven now. Even though beards are manly. Beards have always been a sign of masculinity, but I guess can't have that. Pete Kegsbreath is clean shaven, so everybody got to be clean shaven now. And the black people in the military are like, hey, we can't shave because it causes irritation, and we literally can't. It's a medical condition. And so now Pete Kegsbreath saying, hey, you guys got 1 year to shave. If you don't shave in a year, we're kicking you guys out of the military. So fuck you, black people with the medical condition where you can't shave. No military for you. About 60% of black men are affected by the condition, according to the American Osteopathic College of Dermatology. So they don't care about that, folks. They don't care about black folks. We already know that. Fucking white supremacists ruling us. Meanwhile, this is how they spread their lies, folks. They know the truth doesn't matter. Lies work better than the truth. Here's the New York Post, popular right-wing rag. Hamas praises anti-Israeli Emmy rant by actress, but blurs out her sinful shoulders. Useless infidel. Of course, none of this is true. They're just making this up. Hamas didn't praise anybody. They didn't blurt anything out, but whatever they can do to demonize the people of Palestine all the time. There was no statement given by Hamas. They didn't praise nor attack it. This is literally just made up. This is how you brainwash Americans, by blatantly lying and doing propaganda. That video was blurred by an online outlet. You're an Israeli mouthpiece, but yeah, whatever they can do to keep the child murder ongoing. That's all that fucking matters. Meanwhile, in this crazy society, so did you guys hear about the guy at Delta State, the black guy who got found hung? Now, I can cover this story because there's lots of competing narratives. His cousin went public and said he had his limbs broken, but the police and the coroner, I think, said that's not true. The police are ruling it a suicide, while a lot of people think, hey, it's not a suicide. Black men just don't go fucking hang themselves. So... controversy. I'm still looking into that case. I will cover that as soon as I have enough details. But hey, one thing that is crazy as shit, as these new right-wing rappers and influencers just put out this song about lynching people. I shit you not, folks. These are the people who are really worried about lowering the temperature of the conversation and not putting out violent rhetoric. Here is Fagra Below and his new song about lynching people.
Short piece of rope, hang them up high at sundown, leave them swinging so the folks all know you don't mess around in our town. A big tall tree and a short piece of rope, hang them up high at sundown, leave them swinging so the folks all know you don't mess around in our town.
Damn, how is that real? That's like a Key and Peele sketch. A Key and Peele sketch, man. That's fucking crazy as shit. It seems like a parody, but it's not. It's just MAGA, baby. That's just how they are. Let's start hanging people to show no darkies allowed in our town. Better not talk to that white lady. Gonna hang you in our town. Just fuck everything about this. Nope, not AI. Not a parody. It's a real MAGA song, folks. It's one of the most popular songs from conservative media today, all over the fucking place. And this is the type of people I live around, folks. Liberalism is treated with a 5.56 millimeter applied 2 to the chest and 1 to the head. And yeah, it's real dangerous here, folks. I'll be honest with you. It's always been dangerous. I've always known that. Living here as an atheist, living here as one of the most outspoken leftists, like literally for, I'd say 98% of the people who live in this town who know me, I'm the only left-wing person they know. So I am the representative in this town, in this whole area, for all of the left. I'm the only one they fucking know. And so, yeah, it's dangerous and it's scary, to be honest with you. A little bit scary. I ain't too fucking worried, but I mean, wild times to be the representative for the most hated group in America right now, especially in this fucking area. I appreciate all you guys who support me and let me to continue to do this, because I definitely, I take a risk doing it. I'm be honest with you. I'm not trying to play the victim, but it's fucking true. I definitely take a risk doing this fucking show. And all right, folks, I got a quick two. Got to go by so fast. Religious bullshit. And then I got one. I only got one. Got 3 posts, but it's one hero today. So the show's almost over. If you want to support the world's greatest show and help me not to get killed, super chat me right now, and also PayPal, all of it. But right now, it's time to move on. Let's do a little religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. Religious bullshit. It's time for religious bullshit. It is time for religious bullshit. And folks, they finally caught one, and you're not gonna believe it. This time, it was a youth pastor. A youth pastor. Maryland youth pastor gets 7 years for molestations. A former youth group pastor has been sentenced to 7 years in prison for sexually abusing boys in his youth group. Kevin Guy, the youth group pastor with Metro Maryland Youth for Christ, was hit with the multiple sex offense charges. You notice these songs are never like, "You youth pastors better stay out of my town or I hang you on a tree." Never talk about that. Never talk about people actually raping your kids. Almost like you don't give a shit. It's almost like you are the child rapist you're looking for. And then one more. Hey, I got something that's not even Christianity this time. Apparently, the Taliban member, 19, was shot and killed by his superiors in Peshawar, Pakistan, after being caught masturbating to nude AI-generated photos of Gal Gadot. And I'm like, what? That's a little extreme. I know she's a bad actress, but come on! You can't kill people for masturbating to her, but it was AI, so I'll allow it. And that is my religious bullshit for this evening, folks. Appreciate all y'all. And you gotta be kidding me. Never kidding me, I know, right? We're all shocked. We're all shocked about the youth pastor getting caught. That almost never always happens 100% of the time. And all right, last but not least, finish you guys off with a happy ending on this amazing show. It's time for your one and only hero. We could be heroes. So today's the day, folks, and today's one and only hero, Murder Bay Mario, not Luigi Mangione, Murder Bay, so sexy right now, Murder Bay. And good news, folks, a judge tosses out the terrorism charges for Luigi Mangione. Maybe they won't kill him. A judge dismissed 2 murder charges related to acts of terrorism as Luigi Mangione, the accused killer of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, made his first Manhattan court appearance in 5 months. And look, he's still a smoke show. Look at this sexy motherfucker. How he's so sexy, god damn it. Just a beautiful piece of man candy, Murder Bay. Holy shit. Can't take a bad picture. But folks, while we're talking about the death penalty, and I hope to God that they don't give Luigi Mangione the death penalty, there is somebody else that I suggest might deserve the death penalty. And that would be the sketch artist who drew this abomination. What the fuck? Are you out out of your mind? How dare you? Is this a game to you, motherfucker? What is this abomination of God? Look at this God. Look at this God among men above you. Is this what you think he looks like? Straight to execution. No trial for this motherfucker. Who's with me? And also, last but not least, and I think this is actually a really good point, to be honest with you, to illustrate what we're talking about here. Man, they cannot take a bad picture of this guy. It's like he stepped out of a Caravaggio painting, I know, right? When people who can become models start doing political assassination, you know shit's getting bad. Hot people doing assassination is a recession indicator, actually. I think that's the main one. I think that's the most important one. That's way better than Pentagon pizza sales. When fucking models are killing motherfuckers in the street, you know shit's getting rough here in America. That's all I'm saying. And that is my show for this evening, folks. We did it. Amazing show. Thank you fucking guys for joining me. Hey, I'm going to do some quick super chats, but if you bail out, do me a favor, please look at the description of this video and go sign up to my Patreon account, folks. Don't leave me hanging, folks. I need your help. This show is hanging on by a thread. Don't let them take this from you. It's up to you to support the show. Don't let your boy Dusty get canceled. And also, super chats. Hey, look at this. Little QR code. Aim your camera phone at that. Go send me a PayPal. I would appreciate some PayPals. PayPal is a great way to support the show. They take less money than everybody does. So, PayPal.com. Let me go read my PayPals real quick while that's loading. And give everybody a shout out who very generously. Also, leave comments. That helps the algorithm, everybody. Just say nice words or mean words, whatever, and hit the enter button. Leave a comment. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Share my videos everywhere. You know how it works. It's not your first rodeo. I would appreciate it. And $20 from Ken Van Zant. What up, Ken Van Zant? That's an awesome name. Sounds like an action movie name. Isn't there an action star called Ken Van Zant? You didn't say anything. You didn't have to. Fucking awesome, Ken Van Zant. And next up on PayPal is $10 from Lauren Miner. Thank you, Lauren Miner. Masa E-Bike Tour sent me $25. Very generous. Cindy Bueno sent me $10. Fuck yeah. I appreciate all you guys. You fucking rock. See if anybody else. I just lost my thing here. Let's see if I can get that fucking shit back up. Click on this button. All right, dude. Wait a second. I'm getting there, dude. It's almost time. It's almost time. Joaquin Lehman sent me $12. John Hopkins sent me $10. Jessica Pivler sent me $20. Thank you for all of the PayPals. Very generous. I appreciate you guys. And all right, love you, Dusty. Don't kill Dusty. Fuck yeah, my Bricklord. Tonight, Super John. Oh, wait, jumping to the world. No time with BBC. Free Luigi. Cardiac arrest for Trump. Fuck yeah. Look at these two sexy, amazing, handsome people. Marmar Bricklord and BBC, everybody, huge love to them. Guys, help me make my nut tonight. Love the shit out of you guys. You rock. Appreciate you. Sedona Rose $5. Thanks for sharing your voice, Dusty. You helped me to be able to stomach the news. Love from Arizona. Hey, it's the only news show worth watching in the world, in my opinion. But I am slightly biased. Thank you for supporting Sedona Rose. Pulse Points Edit. America is turning into the 1885 of Biff Tannen from Back to the Future. Hey, Biff Tannen was a satirization of Donald Trump, so it all makes sense. 5 tickets from Hero Pixel Pusher. If you got one, give him your love and tune into the after party on Wednesday. Thank you, Pixel Pusher. My Jehovah's Witnesses mom and I are only non-Trumpers in my family. What? A Jehovah's Witness? Your mom sounds okay then. Forwarder D, $20. Enjoying your show on the night shift. It's nice to know I'm not the only one thinking this country is going to shit. Hugs to the kiddies. All right, I'm going to give Mr. Mrs. Luigi a hug just for you. This is for BBC. Don't run away. You got to be cute. You got to be cute. This is my rescue. Little Mr. Mrs. Luigi. Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful, Mr. Luigi. Just for you guys. And also, especially for BBC and Marmar. Sith Page, guys, think about everything that's happened since he took office. It's horrific, horrifying. Seriously, think about it. It's everything that's happened. Love you all. Yeah, it's overwhelming. That's the whole point. Flood the zone with bullshit. You can't even comprehend it all. Keep on, keep it on. I'm going to Grumpy Queer. Good to see you tonight. Thank you. And I already read that. Jerry T. And buy a 12-gauge shotgun. I have a couple handguns. I do need a shotgun, though. Thank you for the advice. Great work, D. Maggots suck. They do suck. All right. And Mr. C, $5. Love you. You're number one, Mr. C. But also BBC and Lamar Bricklord. And fuck, thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. I sure appreciate you. We are going to do a kitty party, though, even though I did show you some cute-ass kitties. But we're going to play before this song gets banned. We taking your shit.
Through the gates, ain't no lock and hold. We taking what's yours, all the silver and gold. You built this on greed, now the bills come due. We taking your shit, it's the least we can do.
Oh,
we taking your shit from the safe to the shelf.
You wanted it all while we barely got health.
The mansions, the cars,
and the stacks you hid. Time's up, rich man. We taking your stairs. We taking your shit.
Yeah, the tables are turned.
While you laughed at the struggle, the fire has burned. It's justice, not crime, for the lives you wrecked. This is payback time. We taking your shit.
Your closet's got suits worth a lifetime of pay while we hustle 2 jobs just to get through the day. You pouring champagne while we pouring sweat. Now we taking it all. Don't you ever forget. We built the world you flaunt with our blood and bone.
Love you guys. I'll be back Wednesday for another episode of the world's greatest show. Be sure to tune in then. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good Thursday. It is Wednesday. I'll be back Friday. I know what day it is. Friday. I'll be back Friday. Love you guys. Good night.
On your walls to the watch on your wrist. It's a redistribution. We taking your shit.
Hey.
We taking your shit from the safe to the shelf. You hoarded it all while we barely got health. The mansions, the cars, and the stacks you hid. Time's up, rich man.
We taking your shit.
We taking your shit. Yeah, the tables have turned while you laughed at the struggle. The fire has burned.
It's justice, not crime, for the lies you wrecked. This is payback time. We taking your shit.
Yo, the gap too wide, we ain't blind no more. While you buying islands, we sleep on the floor. Your private jets, your summer homes,
built on the backs of broken bones. It ain't envy.
Nah, it's justice we seek. For the kids going hungry every day of the week. For the debts we owe just to stay alive. While you profit off systems that barely survive. You made this world a game for the rich to play, but the poor's at your door and we're here to stay. We tired of scraps, we tired of tricks. Now we taking what's ours, we taking your shit. We taking your shit from the safe to the shelf. You hoarded it all while we barely got health. The mansions, the cars, and the stacks you hid. Time's up, rich man. We taking your shit. We taking your shit. Yeah, the tables have turned while you laughed at the struggle. The fire has burned. It's justice, not crime, for the lives you wrecked. This is payback time. We taking your shit. You call it theft, but we call it fair. You stack the deck, now we taking our share. This ain't just about gold, it's the cost of greed. It's about the countless mouths you refuse to feed. We ain't asking permission.
Thank you, Jerry T.
From the penthouse suite to the polished floor. You had your chance to do what's right. Now we taking it back in the dead of night. We taking your shit. We taking your shit from the safe to the shelf. You hoarded it all while we barely got health. The mansions, the cars, and the stacks you hid. Time's up, rich man. We taking your shit. We taking your shit. Yeah, the tables have turned while you laughed at the struggle. The fire has burned. It's justice, not crime, for the lives you wrecked. This is payback time. We taking your shit. We taking your shit.
Good night, y'all. Love you.